Oh baby. First up, I gotta thank Steve Neill for this. I had been mentioning the Excelsior and the 1701B, and he said, oh, by the way, I've got one of these around. Do you want it? And I was like, well, sure, why not? I'd love to see it. I kind of wish I still had the 1701B on me, which is a slight variant of this kit. It still has the blue printer subscription. So let me get this box out of the way. It's a really huge box. Lots of clear plastic. A very small set of decals. Oddly enough, they do NCC rather than NX. Copyright 1994. We'll take a look at the directions a little later. So if you saw my review of the 1701B, which I'll link here, you know that there is a fairly good difference between the two kits. I'm trying to remember now, and I think it was the fact that round 2 couldn't find the tools. Sorry about all the noise. Round 2 couldn't find the tools for the lower hull and maybe one other part. So for the 1701B, this is actually split down the middle, which really makes for a difficult glue job. I mean, it certainly can be done, but when you've got a seam running down there, it's just a pain. And the way they did this in 2 parts rather than 3 is definitely really nice. Pretty sure there's a few other very minor differences with the bottom of the B compared to the Excelsior. One disappointing thing about this is that all the lines are raised here. They're scribed elsewhere, like on the top of the saucer here, the bottom there. They are raised on the nacelles and this lower hull, so all that would really have to be sanded down. The other thing is that all these lines are pretty much exactly evenly spaced, or close to it, so it's more like a square grid that goes into, all the lines feed into this area here, so they get smaller, but that's definitely a little disappointing to see. I never bought this kit back when it was first out. I really wanted to because I loved the design, but then I saw it hanging in a movie theater, and compared to the Enterprise, this is just not in scale. 1/1000 compared to 1/537 or so. Now that round 2 is doing all the 1/1000 scale kits, though, this is definitely a gem to have. There aren't too many windows on here. There's 1, 2, 5. I can see maybe 5, 6, or 7 on that side, and maybe the similar on that side as well. Now, one thing round 2 did was to completely re-engineer this saucer here. So the new one is really different, and I'm pretty sure that if you get the 1701B and you take the bottom hull here, maybe a bit here, and you kind of make Frankenstein, you can get a really good looking kit. So a lot of the detail, well, I guess these, that's odd. So the circular lines here are all scribed and inset, but the radiating lines are all raised. So that really sucks. I can't imagine why they would have done that. Not round 2, of course. This is AMT ERTL from back in the day. Overall, very few parts. I think another thing round 2 did was to redo the neck. There is an accuratizing kit for the neck specifically. That's in 3 parts, the 2 sides and the back right there. And the nacelles initially had me really confused because, so here's the bottom of a nacelle and here's the top, and I was thinking, well, where's the missing space? And of course, it's right over here, the front and the back. I really want to like this kit. Oh, and of course, there are also the sides of the nacelles, and these do reach all the way around. Now, why I've always loved the Excelsior more than the 1701, I don't know. I really don't think that ILM had a good idea by putting that bow on the front there. It's kind of like a snowplow, basically. It just looked horrible, to me at least. There's a fairly significantly sized stand here. These are two of the edges. And here is the bottom. So I think these fit here like a cradle. So there's definitely plenty of room to run wires down through this to light up the model. And I'd really recommend that you take a look at the 1701B video review. Now if I can get another one of the 1701Bs from round 2, I'll definitely do a side-by-side. I'm not going to be building this anytime soon, but I am looking forward to it. You can't get this anymore. Maybe on eBay every now and then you'll see one, but these are pretty much extinct. So I really got to thank Steve Neill for this nice bit of treasure right here. This was a really nice find. This piece would obviously have to be done in clear plastic and put back there like that, or a clear resin maybe, something. And it looks like the edges, it's not too bad a fit, but that could be smoother right in there. Let me go get the 1701 and we'll take a look at the size comparison overall. And here we are. I think this pretty much says it all right there, huh? Or this right there. Or even something like that. The Excelsior is just huge. Now I know that Aztec Dummy makes vinyl Aztec masks for the 1701B. I don't know if those would work on the Excelsior here, but that would certainly be a nice thing to find out. But there is a lot of work to do on this kit first, way long before all that happens. And getting rid of all the raised panel lines here is definitely the start. Don't know that there's too much else I can say about this kit. I know a lot of it was very similar to the new release, just a few very minor changes. And for a better description of the difference between this older version and the 1701B, definitely take a look at the video link here to the 1701B, because that has the full story of what happened as far as round 2 is concerned, with looking for the molds and deciding whether to release the B or the Excelsior. And basically it just came down to the tools that they had on hand at that time. We'll take a look at this here really quick. This is a really nice big fold-out sheet of paper here. It's a basic painting guide. As well as a decal placement situation. And as far as the instructions go, this looks like another single fold-out poster kind of situation. A few steps on one side and the final assembly on the back. So I think that's pretty much it for this one. A look back at a classic. The Excelsior from AMT and ERTL. Thanks for watching. See ya.